Well, folks, it's great to have you here tonight. My name is Norm Hall. I work with Alumni Affairs. It's 2016 homecoming, and it's the last homecoming for Greenville College. Can you believe that? Wow. Next year, Greenville University. It's an exciting time. We've got some new programs, and we have a tremendous jazz band. So let's pray, and we'll get started, okay? Let's bow with me. Lord, thanks for setting the stars in motion in the sky and for your mindfulness of us and our hearts and our minds and our lives. We thank you for music, for families, for Greenville College, for the students that leave here to go out and transform a world for you, Jesus Christ. We pray your blessing on this evening, on our thoughts, on our words, and on the wonderful music. In your name, Jesus Christ, amen.
Thank you very much, and whoa, we are hot tonight. Woo! Thank you very. All right, welcome tonight. We're in for an exciting evening of a lot of different styles of jazz. If you saw the program, you know we're doing a lot of different things to introduce ourselves. This is the Greenville College Jazz Band, and you can see we're doing a lot of new things this year. We had a lot of seniors graduate, so we're doing a lot of new things, and we're excited. The first piece we played, and we're going to have a little competition tonight, and the first piece we played was a selection of Miller's favorites. How many tunes were in there? Anybody? 11, 5. Keep going. All right, if you said 4, you are correct. There were four different tunes. Now here comes the hard part. If you said 4, you get 10 points. What were the 4 tunes? Chattanooga Choo Choo, Pennsylvania 6-5000, Little Brown Jug, Mac the Knife, not quite yet. Negative for you. And I Got a Gal in Kalamazoo, yes. Some of his favorite hits that Glenn Miller had. We're kind of on a Glenn Miller for the first few that we do. So if you got any of those right, give yourself 10 for each of those. The winner tonight at the end of the evening gets a prize. I'll tell you about that as we get closer to the end of the concert. Next, having a lot of new things, we have a new vocalist, and we're going to invite her to come forward and sing Tuxedo Junction. Please welcome Amelia.
Dance the night away. They all drive or walk for miles to get jive. That southern style, it's an old jive that makes you whine to dance till break of day. It's a junction where the town folk meet at each function. And at times they greet you. Forget your care, come on down. You'll find me there's a long town. I'm heading for Tuxedo Junction now.
All right, so the question for this piece is, what year did that come out? It's not on your program. Is before all of you were born. 1938. I know some are going, well, wait a minute. No, it's true. It's before all of you were born. All of you were born. The next piece we're going to play for you is another Glenn Miller tune, but I'm not going to tell you when, so if you have your phones, you can look it up before I ask the question. And we're going to play for you now, A String of Pearls. Thank you. All right, I'm looking through my notes. All right, what year? 1941. We have a winner. You get 3 points back there. It's the fun. Yes, aren't those wonderful things? Smartphones? Much smarter than I am. So, 1941, Glenn Miller. Now, one of the things I did, I have a very talented group of musicians up here and arrangers and composers. We have a almost entirely brand new rhythm section, and so what I challenged them to do was take a pop tune, something off the top 40 charts in the last I don't know, 5, 6, 10 years, and said, turn it in to a jazz piece. Sort of what I call a postmodern jukebox it. Postmodern jukebox is a group that does that. They take contemporary pieces, rock pieces, all those things, and convert them into jazz. So I'm going to ask my wind players to come off the stage and let you see them. And they're going to perform for you a piece by Maroon 5 entitled, She Will Be Loved. Well, what do you think? Should they get an A? Oh, you guys are way too easy on them. So as we work on the jazz idiom, one of the things that is a benefit to them because then they can start thinking differently. Jazz is a great style of music, and most good music can be converted to a nice jazz chart, or you'll hear it in an elevator, one of the two. So what year was that piece on the top, was it number one hit? Close. Closer. 2002, yes. So you got there. Subtract 10 points for each guess that was wrong, and then you're right there. All right, we're going to bring back our vocalist again to do Undecided, and I have lots of questions on that one, so I won't give any more away. Please welcome Amelia.
First you say you do, and then you don't, and then you say you will, and then you won't. You're undecided now, so what are you gonna do? Now you want to play, and then it's no, and when you say you'll stay, that's when you'll go. You're undecided now, so what are you gonna do? I've been sitting on a fence, and it doesn't make much sense. I'm in suspense, and you know it. When you promise you return, and you don't, I really burn. I guess I never learn, and I show it. If you gotta hide, and if you're kind, make up your mind. You're undecided now, so what are you gonna do? I've been sitting on a fence and it doesn't make much sense, cause you give me a suspense and you know it. Then you promise to return when you don't, I really burn. I guess I never learn and I show it. If you gotta hide and if you're kind, don't keep us apart, make up your mind. You're undecided now, so what are you gonna do? 2, 3, 4.
All right. What year did that come out? We should be good at this. I'm giving you that. 1938. Who sang it first? Well, I shouldn't say that. Who in America sang it first? Jazz singer? Does that help? Female? Ella Fitzgerald. All right, 25 points right there. Ella Fitzgerald. However, she was not the one that made this tune famous. It was a group that made this famous. It was the Ames Brothers, exactly. And what band did they sing with to make this famous? I know, hard questions. Les Brown. It's a band of renown. So the Ames Brothers with Les Brown, when you think of this song, Undecided, it was that group in 1951, I believe, that they did. Now, Ella did it before that, but they're the ones that made it famous, 1951, Ames Brothers. Now we're going to change styles on you, and we're going to get a little older. We're getting a little older every moment, I know. But this piece is from a different time and a different place. And the title actually, roughly translated, means The Little Parade. You'll recognize it when you hear it. Thank you very much. All right, first question. What style of music was that? Tango. That's a 16-pointer right there. 16, that's right. I don't have to add them up, you do. And what year did that originally come out of? Close, 1916. It was close to 63. However, that tune has been used in so many movies and so many different things. It's a very recognizable. How many of you actually recognized it once we started? Good. Did you know that was the name of it? I don't speak Spanish, so you notice I'm avoiding the title. Yeah, just in case you're wondering. All right, now we're going to take a short break that you don't get to leave. We're just going to stop for a moment because we have some announcements to make. And I'll welcome this beautiful lady, Heather Fairbanks. Please welcome her to the mic.
Thank you. I just couldn't stay away from the stage, right? I really like having Justin play the piano. Don't you all like having Justin play the piano? Yeah, so much better than me up here. It's a lot more fun for me too, out listening to the band. So I want to thank you all for coming. My name is Heather Fairbanks, and I am the Director of Annual Giving here at the college. And I want to say a special word from our development office of appreciation for you being here. Also want to take a moment to draw your attention to the back of your program where there are some sponsors that are thanked. These are our 3 sponsors that were specifically for the jazz band: Wall Real Estate, LTD Automotive, and Apex Physical Therapy. We want to thank them for their contribution to the homecoming effort this year. But we also have a special guest here for an overarching sponsor for homecoming who's sponsored a number of our events Monetta Group, and Doug Weber and Billy Dickens are here. So they're going to come up and say just a moment of something to you as well. Come on up.
I don't know about a special guest, but it is very special to be here. Monetta Group is very proud to join Greenville College and participate in being a partner and a sponsor of many of the events here this weekend. As Heather said, my name is Doug Weber. I have Bill Dickens here in the front row. We're both with the Weber team with Monetta Group, nearby here in St. Louis. What is Monetta Group? Monetta Group is a wealth management firm. We believe that special clients, unique clients, deserve unique strategies. We provide financial planning for individuals, families, and businesses. And for any of you that care to learn any more about it, just go to www.monettagroup.com. Meanwhile, how about this jazz band? These guys are outstanding. Thank you very much.
All right, and I'll turn it back over to the band.
Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? Less than 1 minute old. I never thought through love would be making one as lovely as she. So very lovely, made from love.
All right, so I'll start with the easy question. This song was written by Stevie Wonder at the birth of his daughter. What was his daughter's name? Aisha. That was the easy question. What year was his daughter born in? Close. 76, 1976. So if you got that, add 7.3 points to your total. I think it's going to be close, so I have to get some points in there. All right. The next piece, we're going to go back a few years from that one. So you got to tell me who did this tune and what year. All right? Here we go. Made famous by whom? Duke Ellington. Let's go ahead and give you 22.7 points for that one. I like the 7. As long as we avoid 666, we're good. What year did that come out? Close. Too far the other way. That's right, 39. So now, a lot of people think that Duke Ellington wrote that. It was actually written by, as you see there, Billy Strayhor. They did collaborate on a lot of tunes, and sometimes people say, well, it's an Ellington because he made it, but most people say Strayhor did that. All right, we're going to ask the band, the wind section, to go ahead and step off the stage for a moment. And we had the rhythm section put together a piece with our soloist. So if you'll welcome back Amelia for Someone to Watch Over Me.
There's a saying old, says that love is blind. Still we're often told, seek and ye shall find. So I'm going to seek a certain light I've had in mind. Looking everywhere, haven't found him yet. He's the big affair I cannot forget. Only man I ever think of with regret. to add his initial to my monogram. Tell me, where is the shepherd for this lost lamb? There's a somebody I'm longing to see. I hope that he turns out to be someone who'll watch over me. I'm a little lamb who's lost in the world. I know I could always be good to one who'll watch over me. Although he may not be the man some girls think of as handsome, to my heart he'll carry the key. Won't you tell him please to put on some speed, follow my lead, oh how I need someone to watch over me. Although he may not be the man some girls think of as handsome, to my heart he carries the key. Won't you tell him please to put on some speed, follow my lead, oh how I need someone to watch over me. Someone to watch over me.
One of the things I've been talking to her is if we can just get some range on her, just get some. Well done. Can you tell that her background was not jazz? We're foraying into a new field for her. I think she's going to do great, don't you? This is something we want to do. Now, that may not have been quite the arrangement you're used to hearing, but the Gershwins, George and Ira, couldn't agree on what that was supposed to be. George wrote to be very upbeat, like the middle section that we had, but Ira said, no, 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 this has got to be a slow ballad, in which, of course, Ira won out. But we went back to the original intent of the piece to really make that seem. So it had that upbeat section as well, and kind of compromised between the two Gershwins when it came to that. All right. The question is, what year did that come out? Close. 12? 2012? No, I'm just kidding. I heard someone not say 1926, and that is correct. So that was good. If you had 1926, add 79 points to your score. All right. We're down to our last couple of pieces. I'm stalling a little bit. Before we go on, I want to call your attention to some concerts on the back. Tomorrow night we have the choir's homecoming and their anniversary concert, so you'll want to be there for that. Sunday afternoon, the concert band will be in this same place with a great concert. We have a lot of high school students who are going to be joining us and doing some standard literature for band. And then you can read the stuff in December. One that did not make the program that I want everyone to be aware of is on November 11th, Veterans Day, at 7 o'clock in the evening. The top players of the St. Louis Symphony, the brass players in a quintet, are coming here to play a patriotic concert, a free concert. And these are the first and second chair, trumpet player, horn player, trombone, and bass trombone. It's a concert you don't want to miss. We didn't get it into here, but you'll hear about it. November 11th, Veterans Day, patriotic concert. We would love to see all of you here. It's going to be an incredibly wonderful concert. Not maybe as good as this, but still one that you don't want to miss. All right, keeping track of your points, you've only got one more chance with this next piece. We're going to share with you Mac the Knife. Thank you very much. All right, first question. This is a tricky one. What language was that originally written in? The lyrics, not the music part, the note part. German, exactly. Who got that one? That's at least 6.5 points right there. That's at least. Good job. All right. And the year that was written. Close, 28. 1928. So if you got that, add, let's go 19.9 points. If you got 28. Now, the first American artist to record it was in 1956. Does anybody know who that was? You'll be wrong. I told you you'd be wrong. Louis Armstrong was the first American to record that. Now, the person who made it famous in 1959 was Bobby Darin. So if you had that, give yourself at least 12 points. Now, start figuring up your points while I tell you what the prize is. Can I get a drum roll? Drum roll. And free tickets to our next concert. Yes. We are generous here. We are generous here. Before we play our last tune, and we want to say thank you for being here. It's great to have an audience here. It's not as much as fun playing to an empty hall. It's kind of sad, really. No, I'm just but we're glad you're here. We're glad that we can start off homecoming. There are a lot of things happening over the next 3 or 4 days, and we want you to make sure that you are a part of that. We welcome you to this campus. Welcome back to this campus. Please get involved with what's going on and visit with the students. And if you were an alum, share with them your experiences when you were here. It's great to tie generations together, and the only way that happens is if you guys come together. The last part before we do our concert, end our concert, is I want to say this concert is dedicated to a dear friend of ours, Bill Schneck, who passed away this past month. Piano player for 40 years at the Baptist church here in town. First Baptist, right? I want to get that right. Played trombone. He was in the Muni Band here in Greenville. He was the longest, over 50 years, wasn't it? Played in the Muni Band, trombone, and played trombone with the concert band. So we want to give this as a tribute to him and all the music that he donated, gave from himself to this community. So the whole concert's to him, but we want to celebrate with the last piece, our Cha Medley. Thank you again for coming, and stick around and say hello to the band.
So, folks, that's just a start of what's happening this homecoming weekend. Let me just remind you of a few things. Tomorrow morning, 9:30, chapel. You are welcome to be here. Many of you, like myself, went to Greenville College when the food wasn't nearly as good as it is now. I invite you to, I hate to say it, there's the potatoes. I invite you to come to our dining hall and have a lovely meal. It's reasonably priced, and you just have a beautiful experience. Tomorrow at 4, there's going to be a parade, and then tomorrow night at 7:30, we're going to have a choir concert that will be excellent, the same kind of excellence you've seen tonight. So before we end the night, folks, let's give Will and his band one more big round of applause.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.